Hello everyone, it's Stamp Ventures with Shauna. Welcome to my Tuesday tutorial. If you're watching this video at around 9 o'clock on Tuesday, what day is it today? March 3rd. Yeah, I can't believe, March. Then you're catching it live. And if it's after that, then I guess you're catching the replay. And welcome to live and replay viewers, and leave me a message. Let me know where you're from or that you're there and how things are going. I'm going to be sharing with you today the instructions of how to make this card, and it's called a double door card, and my friend got me on to this kind of fancy fun fold card, so I will be sharing that with you shortly. And first of all, just have to do some housekeeping items. I'm going to try and sync in on my iPad so that I might be able to see some of the comments that do come through live, and I always go back and read the comments again, and I see the comments that are left afterwards during the replays, and I respond to them as much as I can. So yeah, I love getting your messages, and thanks so much for tuning in. Now let's see if this is going to show up for me tonight. There we go. I think I found it. Yep. All right. So that's a good sign. I can see the video anyways. So no comments coming through yet. But if you're there, just give a hi, give us a wave or something, and hopefully we'll be able to see and hear from you. So second thing that I like to do when we get started, before we get started with our project, is I have a funny to share with you. So here we go. Here's a picture of me having fun at the gym. Yeah, I'm not a really big gym person. I like my swimming and my skating, my walking. I don't know. I don't particularly like spending time at the gym. Yoga. I do yoga. It's not really at the gym. So, and a weather word. And you know, I thought that today I could say that it was a tulip kind of day today because it was quite lovely out. I think it got up to like 4 degrees Celsius. So there was water running, and it wasn't too windy because we've had some windy days for sure. And I mean, if this kind of weather keeps up, we are definitely going to see signs of our tulips coming up sooner rather than later. I remember one year I went out for a walk on, the first official day of spring, like March 21st or 22nd, whenever that was. And that was the day that I noticed just the little green tips of my tulips coming out. And I don't think I've ever seen that again. I think it was just that one year that they were that early. And so maybe it'll be this year again, because we've certainly started with a nice March. Did you see the announcement today, the news today, that Stampin' Up! Has added more celebration items to choose from? I've got the updated brochure, the one that started today, March 3rd, and goes to the end of the month. And I'll just give you a quick glance at some of the items in here. There are some pretty nice ones. In Canada, these are available either with $60 or $120 orders before the shipping and tax. So there's the beautiful flowering foil specialty paper, and I think I showed that to you last week. Whoops, it's okay, I'm still here. That was just my stamp case that went flying. Yeah, gorgeous. Rose gold and silver and lovely, lovely, lovely. I know these are going to disappear pretty quickly. Whoops, there, that gives you an idea. So if you're thinking of ordering a few different things from this celebration brochure, I suggest you make the flowering foils your first item that you order, just in case. Hey to Melanie, and I think we've got a Glenda and Sherry and Darlene. Great to see all you ladies tonight. I did my video last week with this celebration item, from the new offering here, the Rise and Shine stamp set. It's cute, and it's a reversible one, and it's free with a $120 order here in Canada. And then this is a super cute stamp set, well dressed. Stampin' Up! Knows we're always looking for cards and ideas for the gentleman, so well dressed, fits that. Here's some more special paper. This is the So Very Vellum Specialty Designer Series paper. So it's like it's an embossed vellum in really soft colors, Pool Party, Purple Posy, and Soft Seafoam. And here's another stamp set that's available with the $120 purchase, and it coordinates with 2 of our punches that are in the Spring Mini catalog. And so yeah, there's the Label Me Fancy and the Label Me Lovely punch, and there's some really cute ideas of things that you can do. This stamp set I think would get quite a lot of mileage. Tags in Bloom it's called. And then finally at the back there's an overview of all the celebration items, and you can see that I've crossed out a couple things on here. And now, oh boy, I have to give you an apology, because I told many of you that the Golden Honey specialty paper, specialty designer paper, was all sold out, and I was wrong. It was unavailable for a time, but it was not sold out, and apparently it is available and can be ordered again. And so I have to send out huge apologies, because I think I had a couple of customers who wanted to get it and I told them they couldn't. And so like Jackie, if you're watching this, and whoever else, I really apologize that I did not know that that was available again. And so I'm going to be trying to get more of this so that I can get it to those of you who didn't think that we could order it anymore. So, and I need to apologize to my team too, because I told them as well. So that was a little bit of confusion. For a certain amount of time it wasn't available, but it supposedly is again now. So yeah, stamp sets and accessories. And I just wanted to point out the join offer that's down here. Some of you who have stamped with me have seen this chart that I've done before. It looks like this, and it shows if you order all of these products as a customer, this product subtotal would come to $165, and then when you pay the UPS, you pay the provincial government and the federal government, your total owing would be $201 and some change, 48 cents. But if you order those same items, exactly the same, $165 in product on a starter kit order, and Stampin' Up! As a surprise throws in a bonus paper pumpkin kit on your starter kit order, the product total comes to actually $195 when you count the extra paper pumpkin kit that's in there. You pay $0 to UPS for delivery, $0 to the federal government. Depending on what province you live in, you might pay a little bit to the province. Here in Saskatchewan, it would be $8.10. And your total that you would pay to Stampin' Up! For the starter kit with all the same things in it as the customer order is $143.10. So think about that starter kit. It can save you quite a bit of money, and then it can save you ongoing in your orders as well for a certain amount of time. And so in the celebration brochure, it's saying not only can you get the starter kit for the $135 plus maybe a little bit of extra provincial tax, you can also get with your starter kit order a little mini paper trimmer. It's just a cute little one like that, and it would trim your photos and just little pieces that you'd put onto your card fronts. It probably can't cut a whole, well, I know it can't cut a whole 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, but it'll cut all the little pieces that can need to be trimmed down for the front of a card. And you also receive a paper pack. It's a nice little 6x6 pack of some of the very popular papers in our mini catalog and our celebration brochure. So that's just, yeah, a smattering of some of the popular ones. And then probably can't see this in the fine print down here, but you get to order for free an additional stamp set of your choice, and that stamp set can be one of any amount. So save your most expensive stamp set for the free one that goes with your starter kit order. But remember, that's only until the end of March, so you'll want to get in on that by March 31st. Okay, so I'm going to go on with the double door card here. This does fit into a regular envelope. The card base is, I think it's Gorgeous Grape is what I used. Yes, Gorgeous Grape, and it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I think I've got that already cut here. Here we go. Here's the card base. And I have 2 pieces of designer paper, and these are from the, I think it's called Lily Impressions. They're actually something that you can get with your celebration rewards. It's from the first release offering. And these pieces of Lily Impressions designer paper are 1 inch wide and 4 inches long. And I'm going to put one at each end of the card. Woo! As long as my fingers are going to work. Hello to those who have joined on. Hi guys, great to see you tonight. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope you're enjoying this nice spring weather that we've been having. This is going to get you in the mood for spring for sure with these tulips today. And I know these I guess like are water lilies, but I think they kind of springy and bright. And the colors in this paper help me decide what colors that I was going to stamp for my tulips here on my double door card. Oh, I should tell you where I got the idea for the double door card. My friend Leanne from Kindersley, she sent me this in a swap that we did in the mail, and she used this beautiful music set. I can't think of the exact name of it, but it's in the spring mini catalog. You're the music in my heart. And then there's some designer paper, foil designer paper that she used for hers. And it opens like that. And I thought it was such a fun idea and a cool fold. And on the back, Leanne printed what the dimensions are for the white cardstock. And she also told me where she got the idea for this card. And it was from Lisa Zwolanek. And so I don't know if Lisa Zwolanek came up with this idea or if she got the idea from somebody else, but thank you, Leanne and Lisa. It's just such a cool card. So this piece of white cardstock is 11 inches long and 4 inches tall, wide, whichever, however you want to look at it. And so almost, it's just a little bit narrower than half the sheet of cardstock. Just half of it would be 4 1/4, and this is just at 4. And I'm going to score this. Leanne, like I said, that was so handy that she gave me the scoring measurements right on the back of the card that she sent me. And you know, normally when I have to score something just really quickly right here at my spot, I use the scoring blade that's on my trimmer, and it's the gray blade here, and the black one is the cutting. But when I have to score a whole bunch, like getting ready for class, as my clubs ladies are going to be doing this project this week, and I'm going to have to score a whole bunch of these, I find it much quicker to use my Simply Scoring tool, because all I have to do is lay this down and move my bone folder across to score it. Where with the paper trimmer, I have to score and then I have to move the paper over to the next measurement and then move it again to the next measurement. And I have to move it like 4 times, where I don't have to move it at all, and I can do my scoring really, really quickly, just like this. So here they are. If you're writing them down, you score at 2 inches, you score at 3 3/4 inches, you score at 7 1/4 inches, and 9. So I'll just say them one more time in case you didn't catch that all. 2 inches, 3 3/4, 7 1/4, and 9. And that's all you need to do for that part of it. For the folds anyways. And now I'm going to do some stamping, and I just kind of laid my piece of cardstock out the long way, and I decided that I would stamp my words first because I want my words to be centered sort of in the middle of the center panel there. So it might be hard for you to see the score lines from your angle, but let's stamp the words so that they are going the correct direction. That's always nice. Okay, happy Easter, happy spring, happy everything. And I'm using the words and the images from the Timeless Tulips stamp set. So then the next thing I did was I got one of my tulip colors, and this one's flamingo, and I stamped it every second time around, and I kind of started up higher here and then went lower as I went across the page. And the colors, how on earth did I pick these colors? Well, I'm using Flirty Flamingo, which is this one here, and I'm also using Lovely Lipstick, and I already told you that this is Gorgeous Grape, and the green that we're using is Garden Green, and all of those colors are listed on the package for the Lily Impressions designer paper. So that's how I decided on those. I mean, there's a ton more colors in this designer paper, but I picked those, and I thought that the Flirty Flamingo and the Lovely Lipstick were kind of close to one another, and I could kind of do a blending thing with them. So that's why I decided to try and pick those two together. And I stamped. Oh, it looks like there's something on my stamp. Look at, there's a little blob on each of those tulips there, some kind of fuzz or something. I started with the Flirty Flamingo because it is lighter, and then I don't know if you could see that in the corner here, I schmooshed off, yep, and now I don't have to totally clean it. I can just go to the darker color because nobody will be able to, the lighter color will just get soaked in to that darker ink pad. Oh, now there's some messages. Let's see. Can you put the brochure down towards you? Oh, top getting cut. Yes, I have that. It's a bad habit of going too high or too low. And thank you, Melanie. I'll try and stay on top of that. And we've got somebody from North Dakota. There's Jean again from North Dakota. And Sue. Oh, you almost forgot, but you didn't. Here we are. And tulips. Jean says are one of her mom's favorite flowers. They are just gorgeous. And Stampin' Up! Did a really nice job when they made these tulips. Okay, I figured out what it is that's creating the blob on my tulip. I'm gonna get my take your pick tool. There is a teeny tiny little piece of, I think it's tape. And okay, so we've got a few little tulips with blobs on them, but that's okay. You get the idea. Okay, with these tulips, I'm trying to make them vary and go up and down a little bit with where they are. Yeah, something like that. So lower under the words and then just spreading out. Okay, now there's a bigger tulip that I'm going to do here. And I think before I do that, I'm going to put stamp the stem for it. There are two stems in, I think I made that up higher than it needed to be. Oh well, that's okay. There are two stems with this stamp set. And I'm just going to stamp a couple of each just to vary the stems here in my card. So like I'll do that one, and let's see, that one, and 1, 2. So this is, let's see, maybe this one. And there, okay. Now I'm going to go back and grab the other stem just so that not every stem looks identical. Not every stem looks identical. And what I was just going to also say here is that this one is curved, so it just gives it a little bit of a different look. And I don't know how I'm going to do with this lineup because I'm kind of looking from the edge at a funny angle here. But not bad. You can always go back and take a garden green marker and fill in if the stem doesn't quite match up with the tulip. You can color in, or you can even take a Stamp and Blend and just, is that the word I want to say? Not a Stamp and Blend, a blender pen, and just pull some of the color up towards the flower if you've left a little bit of space. But there we go, you get that general idea. Okay, now the big tulip, this is the one that coordinates with the punch. And I'm going to stamp it with 3 colors. And I can't remember if I cleaned it the last time that I used it. So I'm going to get out my chamois. Woo, look at my chamois. It's looking pretty grungy, but that's okay. Just rinse this out. There we go. So this is how I did my tulip. I'm going to stamp it on a piece of scrap paper here once it's all inked up. So it's got 3 layers of color. The first layer is the Flirty Flamingo. I'm gonna load it up with flamingo. I want to get it nice and saturated. Okay. I move my stamp around because sometimes certain areas of the ink pad have more ink than others. So into the corners sometimes. There we go. All right, now my next color we're back to the lipstick, which is again a little bit darker color, and I'm going to really ink up my sponge dauber. It says rose red, but we don't have rose red in our catalog anymore, and Lovely Lipstick is kind of close, so that's why I'm going with it. So I want to be the darkest colors down at the bottom of the tulip, and I'm going to just stamp or sponge, I should say, a little bit into the middle of the tulip. I want to leave some of the flamingo color there, but I also want to get a fair amount of the Lovely Lipstick too. Okay, and then I'm going to do a 3rd color, and this is the Gorgeous Grape. And with this one, I'm going to go right along the edge. And I'm not wiping the sponge along the edge. I'm daubing it because I think if you take and you wipe it, sometimes you're actually wiping the color right off of the stamp. You want to just daub it on, and not wipe the color off there. And not going to go maybe quite as high or quite as much, just along the very edge. And then I know lots of you have heard of huffing, so here I go. I'm going to blow on my, is that it? Huff on my stamp. And it just moistens it a little bit. And let's see, how is this going to turn out? What's it going to look like? Oh, there it is. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? I had a class, our Stampo event a week or so ago, and we used 2 colors to blend on the tulip. Was Mango Melody and Real Red. And here's something I was trying with one of our little mini curvy keepsake boxes. So it was Mango Medley was the first color, the lighter color, and then we edged with Real Red, and that was a lot of fun. And then I thought, when I was playing with the tulips yesterday, what would it be like if you used 3 colors? And it's so much fun, and you get lots of depth into the tulip. And maybe there are some color combinations that you can come up with. If you do, let me know, because it's just really neat to get the color variations. So now I'm going to punch this out, and I might stand up to do this to see what I'm doing. Try not to jiggle too much. There we go. Oh, you know what? While I'm here, I should I should stamp a leaf. There, we'll punch that out too. And I've got dimensionals that I will adhere those with. And come back here. Oh, let go. Oh, leaf. There we are. I just reminded myself there that I need to stamp some leaves along the bottom here too. So going back to the leaf stamp, what I like about this leaf is that you can stamp it so that you have a narrow part at the top of the leaf or a wider part, and they both work. They both look sort of like naturally like tulip leaves. So I'm just gonna go in there and let's see, I'll do a few with the widest part of the leaf at the top. So just doing one direction right now. And now I'm going to turn my leaf the other way so that the narrow part is at the top. And I'm going to go back in and fill in with a few more stems of leaves. Is that what they are? Yeah, they're just leaves. Stems. I don't know. Sort of on a tulip, kind of looks sometimes like the leaf is turning into the stem. There. Just filling in some greenery. I'll put an extra one here. Yeah. Okay. I think the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this up so you can see what I suggest for getting it to fold nicely. You want to fold and cover it up at one end, and to help it stay folded properly, it's really good to burnish that edge with a bone folder. And then same thing, really crease it well, and that way when it's at the folded closed part of the card it stays nicely, and then when the recipient gets it they can open it up and see the surprise on the inside. Melanie, how am I doing? Am I staying in the screen there? Oh, I'm glad you like it. Thank you so much, Jean. I do love the Mango Melody Tulip. Yeah, those colors were really pretty. Oh, it looks like I got a little green smudge there. Oh, well. Okay. And maybe I'll glue this onto the card base right now so then I can do add the dimensional tulip and leaf last. So I'm using liquid glue. I shouldn't go too heavy because when I'm on this thinner weight white cardstock, I don't want it to look like it's too bumpy. But there, okay. So now but it gives me the chance to have the wiggle room, and I want to be able to wiggle this into place. Wiggle. There, and about the same there, kind of matching up. It covers up a little edge of each of the designer paper strips. Yeah, okay. And so last thing, got to pop these pieces on, and I said I think I had stamped this up a little too high, so I'm going to move it down a little. It's okay. Covers that up nicely there. Might have my leaf hanging off a bit. And then just one last little accent to go on the inside. I've got my butterfly punch. Did that pop out at you? Did it seem like there was like the 3D going on there with the camera? And got my glue. I could use a glue dot too, but this is the glue that I've got that's closest, so just use the liquid glue. Put the butterfly there. I really like with these petal pink rhinestone gems that it has these narrower little gems, the rectangular ones and the diamond shaped ones, and those work really well for the butterfly body. Oh, now I gotta find Oh, there it is. That's how to get in the package. And so I'm going to use one of those. And where is my take your pick? Oh, I gotta still get that little piece of tape off of it. Got it. There. So I'm just gonna pick up one of these rectangular gems. And I know Petal Pink isn't one of the colors that I used in the card, but it's close enough. You know, it's kind of like the, what's that called? Horseshoes. It's close enough to Flirty Flamingo that could work. So there we go, the double door card. And I guess if you wanted, you could stamp another little saying right there, like it could be hello or happy, I don't know. Let's see, what else is in here? Well, it's, yeah, probably just hello. Because if it's for Easter, you wouldn't want it to say get well or Happy Mother's Day. But so it could be a little purple hello right there, and then ta-da! And the neat thing about this double door card, excuse me, I got a little tickle, is that it does stand up. And I don't know if you can see that from how you're watching, how it stands, but it's got like built-in little supports right there to help it stand up. So that's the double door card, and I hope you enjoyed learning how to make this. It's super easy. You'll be able to knock off a lot of those in your craft room. And I'd like to see what you have. You know, Leanne had music, and I've got a lineup of tulips. If you have other things that you make on your double door cards, I'd love to see what you do. And as always, if you're interested in getting any of the supplies to make these cards, I am a demonstrator here in Canada. My website is stampventures.stampinup.net, and I'll help you with any questions that you might have about your crafting adventures and your crafting supplies that you need. So thanks again very much for joining me tonight. I'll talk to you hopefully again next Tuesday. Bye for now.